What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Imagine you and your fiance are finally house shopping and you're looking all around. When you finally get to the basement part, you realize a small trap door. What could be inside? Maybe it's cash, maybe it's empty, or maybe it's an underground secret Batman lair. So today we're looking at 5 secret rooms found in people's houses. Leave a like on the video right now if you want to discover your own secret room in your house, and comment what would you do if you found the room. Would you explore it or just leave it closed? Anyways, with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 5. So when you're looking around a new house that you think you might buy, everyone knows you're supposed to ask a lot of questions, but normally those questions are about boring normal stuff like how the heating works. With that said, when this family moved into their super old house in Denver, they probably should have asked about who lived there first, because it turns out they left a lot behind. Basically, the new owners were knocking through a few walls when they suddenly smelled burning, like a lot of matches had been struck at once. They did a little digging, and sure enough, there were matches in a long line, leading to some old newspapers stuck to the wall. So it sounds like it makes no sense, right? Well, it turns out the original owners were mobsters, and they booby-trapped the house to destroy the evidence if the cops ever showed up. Not just that, but they also had a secret hideout in the basement, which they plastered over when they left to make sure no one ever found it. So I guess the lesson here is, next time you're thinking of buying a new place, you might want to add research who lived there hundreds of years ago to your to-do list.
Only on 7 News, secret passages, hidden wires, and matches. This Denver home booby-trapped, perhaps, by a local mobster. The homeowner discovering these little secrets during a very simple home remodeling project.
7 News reporter Jacqueline Allen takes us inside a Denver crime family's secret hideaway.
On the outside, it may look like any other historic home in this North Denver neighborhood.
This is the basement.
But inside,
wow,
the secrets of a gangster's paradise,
here goes nothing,
are finally revealed.
There was
Gangsters who needed a hideaway.
I had to redo some foundation footers on the back half of the house.
And before long, Feeney found that too, in the cellar.
It's like they almost tried to stucco over the entrance to it. And we started chiseling away and found the little seam.
The bolted door, finally open, leads to a hidden chamber, empty now, but once filled with secrets.
Okay, so I'm inside this room where Denver's most notorious crime family kept things hidden that they didn't want to be found. And what I see are 2 concrete walls here. The house is back this way, and then there's a dirt wall here where Matt, the homeowner, thinks at one point there may have been a tunnel.
Number 4. Now I've got to give this dad a ton of credit, because he accidentally found something that would definitely freak most people out, but he turned it into an awesome surprise for his kid instead. I mean, what would you do if you noticed a roof on the outside of your house that shouldn't be there, and you realized there's another room that someone had deliberately tried to hide? I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty scared, because literally anything could be hiding behind that plaster. But this dad obviously didn't think about that though, because he got to work straight away knocking the wall through and discovered a secret room that was just perfect for a kid's hideout. Just a few weeks later, his son got an awesome den hidden behind a tiny little door, and by the looks of it, it's his favorite place in the house. Still, if I was that dad, I wouldn't want to research why the room was blocked off in the first place, because I don't know if I'd actually want to find out.
What is that roof right there? Why is there a roof that goes all the way up? What's over there? This is a wall right here, like a complete wall. So what I did is I came over here, and I don't know the exact spot, but I popped a hole in the wall and noticed that there is a huge room behind it. And what I did was I cut a hole in it, and now my son has his own little secret room.
Save Wonder Woman.
Was that before or after Giganta laid you down for a nap, rookie?
Number 3. There aren't many things freakier than having a hidden room in your house you know nothing about, but having a hidden room in your attic is definitely worst of all. I mean, this family noticed some stairs hiding behind a panel in the downstairs closet, which is already pretty creepy, but the weird thing was they were completely blocked off. In fact, it looked like they didn't lead anywhere, so the family pretty much forgot about them. Well, until Christmas came around and they had to go back up there. Like somehow the dad noticed a crack in the plaster up there, and knocking down the wall revealed what they'd all been looking for. That's right, it was a secret room, but the weird part is, it looked like someone had been living up there. I mean, it was obviously an old bedroom with wallpaper and a light switch and even a mirror, but it was completely hidden away from the rest of the house. Like, they found the stairs that led out of the closet, but even they were blocked off, so obviously the room had just been forgotten about. Still though, it's kind of weird that people would go to so much effort to hide the room's existence if there wasn't anything to hide, you know? Like, maybe there's treasure in there, I'd start ripping up the floorboards or something.
Climb up here in the attic. There was some straw wall. I tore it down because there was a crack at the top. I could see textured ceiling, so I knew there was a room. Well, tore that wall down. Check this out. There's a whole room up here. Can't get to it from downstairs. It's got a light switch works. You know, it's kind of cool. Little small ceilings, but got a little closet area. Doesn't make sense to us why it would be closed off right across from that closet. And you got this little...
Number 2. If there is one lesson this list should teach you, it's that when you move into a new house, you should go around checking every single wall until you find something suspicious. I mean, there was absolutely no evidence that this house had any secrets at all until this man discovered a secret room in the most random way possible. How? Well, he went through the house tapping on every wall to see if anything sounded off, and sure enough, one wall sounded completely hollow. Now obviously he just couldn't resist the urge to look behind it, so he literally just cut a square out of the wall to crawl through, and once he got behind it, he was proved completely right. Like, there was a huge empty room behind the plaster, completely empty and old looking, but also completely fine. I mean, this is another one where I'm kind of freaked out that it was blocked off in the first place, because there must have been a reason, but also the room seemed fully functional and ready to go. Spooky.
I cut a big hole in it, big enough to crawl through, and I find a hidden room underneath the house. We're gonna go in and see what it looks like. I can get through this little tiny hole right in the wall. And sure enough, it is pretty.
Number 1. So the good news is, this guy got way more space than he expected when he moved into his new apartment. The bad news is, the extra space he got looks like something straight out of a horror movie, and I don't think you'll want to spend much time down there at all. Basically, he was exploring his fairly small apartment when he saw a weird hatch on the floor, and he opened it thinking it would be like an extra place to store his stuff. Now technically he was right, because there was a storage space down there, but there also was a huge dungeon extending under both his and his neighbor's apartments. Crazy, right? The whole apartment building was built on top of a monastery, which is why the dungeon exists, but it doesn't explain everything. Like, why is there a huge stone step that looks like it could have been a bed, and why is there a weird grate running through the middle of the floor? I mean, if I was him, I'd probably shut the door and never go down there again, but I guess he could turn it into a pretty awesome den if he was willing to put up with like the ghosts all living down there. Yeah, screw that.
Bathroom pretty standard. And then we look down here. What's this? That looks like it goes down pretty deep. Coming down. We can see a corridor going off straight to the front. Lots of old wiring. Loads of stones and old brickwork. We come in here. Now this room on the right is right underneath my apartment. So let's have a look in here first. Some interesting graffiti on the wall.
And there's our video on the top 5 secret rooms found in people's houses. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to search me a handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.